Surprisingly, it's not dying alone. Although that would come a very close second. I used to be someone that hated being alone. I would do anything in my power to not be alone, ever. I would just always want to be around someone. But in the past year, after my breakdown, it's like what I want to do most. Just be by myself most of the time. When I used to hate being by myself, if I thought I was spending a whole day and a whole night by myself or I didn't really have any plans, that would fill me with so much dread and panic. I would be messaging people, like rushing around trying to find someone to hang out with. But now, if you told me to spend a day and a night by myself, I'd be like, fuck yes. I'm like a lone wolf and I love it. And I love that I love it. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm actually standing on my own 2 feet and I'm not depending on anyone. I used to constantly look to other people to complete me or to make me happy. I'm not saying that people can't add to your happiness in life, because they absolutely can. But no one is in control of my happiness anymore, and that is what has shifted. I am making myself happy, or at least working out how to. And I feel like I'm on such a good path, and I'm so utterly proud of myself that it's honestly hard to put into words, knowing where I was, where I am now. Yeah, I mean, I could cry if I really thought about it. Having said all that, my biggest fear is very ironic. It is going away alone. It's very odd, but I'm aware I have this huge fear. By the way, I don't mean like going to France for a night by myself or something. That I'm totally fine with. It's going away for a long period of time by myself. Let me give you 2 examples. One is LA. I really want to work between LA and London. That is my dream situation. That is what I feel like I'm working towards. And last year I was actually halfway through getting my American visa. I'd paid half the money, it's very expensive. All the paperwork was being done, and I suddenly was like, fuck, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to move there by myself, I'm not gonna know anyone, I'm not gonna make any friends, no one's gonna like me, no one's gonna get any work, what if I'm miserable, what if I hate it? I mean, you can see how that spiraled very quickly. The result? I stopped the visa process. What a fucking fat waste of time. Second example. Actually, this is to do with LA as well. I went there about 5 years ago for 1 week. I was just going for 1 week. One tiny 7-day week. And I cannot express to you how panicky I was before I went, at the airport, when I got there. Obviously, that was at the time where that was before my breakdown, so I obviously had less of a handle on anxiety and panic then. But it was intense, the panic. And then a few days before I was due to come home, I was having the time of my life. I think obviously because I knew I was coming home, I could relax, and I had the best time. Can't tell you how frustrating this is for me, because there are so many things that I want to do that I don't do because I'm scared. Like, there's so many places I want to go, and I really do genuinely want to work in LA. But there's something about me by myself going away. I don't know what it is, I just feel so uncomfortable with it. And the thing is, I've always been like this, and I'm really unsure where this fear comes from, but I do know it's something that I really want to deal with and confront. When I was 12, I was quite a good gymnast. I represented my county in gymnastics, and I was in a club. Our club went away. I think it was for 3 or 4 nights. It was like an hour's drive away from my parents' home. I was so panicky again when I got there. The whole time I was miserable, and I remember calling up my parents being like, I'm miserable, I was crying, I just wanted to come home. I ended up coming home before everyone else, and again, like the day before my parents were due to come and collect me, because I knew they were coming, I had the best time. Even just staying at friends' houses when I was younger for the night, I still got really homesick and I couldn't enjoy it and I hated it. That's for one night. So really my fear is not just really going away by myself. Is it homesickness? Because the ironic thing about all of this is that I rarely even go home. My parents are like, Emily, are you ever coming home? I go home the least out of all my sisters. I don't get homesick. Last year I went to LA by myself for 2 weeks actually, but I was meeting my best friend out there and I was very excited and I wasn't homesick at all because I think she was there. So is it the comfort of home? But then it's not really actually home that I miss, or my family. I don't know. I don't know. I'm making this video for 2 reasons, I guess. Well, 3. 1, because I just want to talk about it and share my feelings and thoughts on it with you all. 2, I'm very interested in psychology. I'm interested in the brain, how the mind works. So I'm interested to hear your opinion on this fear. Where do you think it comes from? What is it? And 3, I feel like this is a fear that I need to conquer. I have to stare it in the eyes and say, fuck you, fuck you. So my plan, I think, even though the thought sends shivers down my spine, I'm gonna go away for like 10 to 14 days. I'm not sure this year, hopefully, but I've got a few plans already. So I want some advice. Where should I go? Basically. I'm split on what to do. You guys know I love animals, so I would like to help out at an animal sanctuary for half my time, I think. I was thinking the orangutan sanctuary in Borneo, but they have a lot of volunteers, and I want to go somewhere smaller that less people know about that could do with some kind of raising awareness, because I'll be making a video and stuff. So if anyone knows anywhere that has any great kind of smaller but amazing animal charity sanctuaries in any countries, let me know. So I half want to do something kind like that, and I half, for the rest of the time, want to do something selfish, like lie on a beach. Well, it doesn't have to be a beach, but ideally somewhere warm. I live in London, I need sun. And ideally people that speak English, or at least people that kind of speak English, would be quite, I think that would be good. And somewhere which is easy to meet people, who are friendly, hopefully. Basically I just need advice, really. Country ideas, animal ideas, hostel ideas. Just bear in mind, I don't want to be sharing a really rank hostel room with like 7 people. I'm 33. I've done my hostel time. I am someone who I feel like has been through a lot and already faced so many of my fears. One being not wanting to be here anymore. And for some reason this one is staying with me throughout my whole life, and I fucking hate it. I know people, friends, they'll go away by themselves, they'll be like, yeah, I've got a job in LA, I'm just off. I'm like, do you know anyone? They're like, no. I'm like, how the fuck are you going? And I so want to be that person, but I'm not. I don't want to be. But I think because I pride myself on being very confident and independent, and the fact that I know I have this fear and it's something I'm not comfortable with, it kind of makes me doubt that I am those things I thought I was. So that's it. That's my greatest fear. Now tell me yours. Thank you in advance for your suggestions and advice. I'm very grateful to anyone that helps me out. Also, if you want to chat more, come follow me on Instagram. I reply to people a lot more on Instagram. It's very difficult on YouTube because there are a lot of comments. So come follow me. I will leave my link down below. Bye.